I see Margot as a very kind, warm and beautiful person.
Margot Frank was a very bright and intelligent person.
Always found something to be beautiful about Margot. Her interest in knowledge and her quiet disposition and her engagement with Judaism.
Margot Frank fue una chica amable, sensible, modesta y responsable que no le gustaba ser el centro de atención. Esa bondad marcó la vida de las personas que la conocieron. Esa bondad trascendió en el tiempo.
She meant something to the people whose lives she touched.
Margot was a very gentle girl, very helpful and great friend, daughter and sister.
Sie wirkte tiefgründig und reif für ihr Alter. Eine junge Frau, die trotz der äußeren Enge viel innere Weite hatte. Auch ihre Disziplin und ihr Verantwortungsbewusstsein finde ich sehr faszinierend. Trotz der extremen Umstände, in denen sie leben musste, blieb sie pflichtbewusst und stark.
I admire her modesty, intellect, interest in her loved ones, patience and diligence in learning.
To me, Margot Frank represents a quiet and often unnoticed kind of strength.
Sie war ein ruhiger, verlässlicher Mensch, der nicht im Mittelpunkt stehen wollte, sondern still seinen Beitrag leistete. Diese stille Stärke ist etwas, das ich sehr bewundere.
What I admire about Margot are her grades. It was mentioned that she was particularly good in math and science. Honestly, when I was her age, those weren't really my strong suits.
She was an excellent student and highly intelligent, and no doubt would have been highly successful at being an obstetrician nurse or even a physician.
Whenever I look at photos of her or read descriptions about her, I feel like I'm reading and seeing another version of myself, a better version.
Another thing that I admire about Margot is her personality and how relatable it is, because I'm kind of a quiet kid myself.
Dans un sens, je m'identifie à toi parce que je suis quelqu'un de très introverti aussi.
In Margots Wunsch erkenne ich etwas von mir selbst wieder.
She was a daughter, a sister, a friend, a classmate, someone who smiled and laughed and cried and wondered, just like everyone else.
Margot has inspired me to appreciate learning and become more open-minded.
I know both me and Margot are the eldest child in our families too. So this, for some reason, has made me feel more seen, more heard.
She plays a part in Anna's character. I believe we cannot have one without the other.
I like that although she and Anne were different in personality, they were still fairly close, and that Margot took it upon herself to be a role model of sorts for her more rambunctious younger sister.
I think she was very brave. It must have been difficult living in Anne's shadow.
There was a sort of strength and steadiness to her beauty and her role as an older sister.
While Anne's voice is known around the world, Margot lived through the same fear and hardship with a calm, steady resilience that history sometimes overlooks.
I know that Anne was often upset at Margot while they were in hiding, and maybe Margot felt the same, but they became extremely close in the tragic last months of their lives.
As long as Anne's diary remains in print, Margot's story and her quiet, gentle demeanor and the way she carried herself, there's always going to be a lot of people who are going to relate to that.
Was ich besonders schön finde, ist, dass Margot eine soziale Ader hatte. Ihr Wunsch, Krankenschwester in Palästina zu werden, zeigt, wie sehr sie helfen und für andere da sein wollte.
As for Margot, it hurts me greatly, because she had plans. She saw her future as a doctor or nurse. Her talents were never fully realized.
¿Qué es lo que podría decir de Margot? Bueno, pues siempre pienso en lo que habría podido ser ella, con lo que habría llegado a ser. Tenía un buen futuro ella por delante. Mucho futuro.
Although Margot wanted the life of a midwife, she was denied it, and in doing so many children were denied her being the first one that held them.
For every Anne Frank, there are many Margaux, each with his or her own story to tell that we'll never get to hear in full.
Margot's story didn't die with her.
She symbolizes dignity in the face of cruelty, hope in dark times, and the countless young people whose futures were stolen.
I think she represents resistance and liberation.
Rád bych sdělil, že Margot Franková pro mě znamená symbol. Symbol svobody, spravedlnosti a odolnosti.
What Margot Frank means to me is the moral of doing the best out of a situation, even if you're doomed.
Margot Frank ist für mich ein stilles Vorbild, jemand, der zeigt, dass Mitgefühl, Verantwortung und Bescheidenheit ebenso bewundernswert sind wie Mut und Tatendrang.
There is nothing more indomitable than resistance, and nothing more honorable than the memory of those whose very existence embodied it.
So what does Margot mean to me? I want to answer this not by reducing her personhood to an inspirational quote or a lesson for others to take from, but by remembering that Margot Frank was a person who deserved to live and dream and grow and be free.
C'est pour te dire que cette année 2026, tu aurais eu 100 ans, mais à jamais tu auras 19 ans.
That light that she had does not deserve to go out. So I am happy that we can share a little bit of light onto Margot today on the 100th anniversary of her birth.
She lives forever in the hearts of all of us who loved her and will never forget her.
She was, and she still is, one of my biggest inspirations, and I will forever be so grateful for that.
Margot vive en cada acto de bondad que se realiza en su memoria y su hermosa presencia jamás será olvidada.
She deserves to be remembered.
Happy 100th birthday, Margot.
Happy birthday, Margot. Your memory will carry on.
Margot is one of those people whose voices are lost because of the horrific murder, the Holocaust. 6 million other men, women, children were like her, never had the chance to live their lives or to raise their voices. For me, Margot's life shows what happens when we kill, when hatred and prejudice win. Her life is a warning to never let it happen again.